Hey, what's up? It's Matt, and slightly different video today. I want to talk to you about a place that I visited 2 years ago when I was in Italy. A place so remote and unknown that it doesn't even have its own Wikipedia page. La Casa Dipinta. Located in the town of Todi, this house was purchased by the Irish artist Brian O'Doherty in 1975. And when you look inside, you can see all the awesome work he's done. When you walk into the home, the vibrant colors immediately stand out. There are different types of paintings and lines on practically every wall of the home. It was these painted lines that really interested me. It turns out that these lines are actually an ancient Irish alphabet called Ogham. Ogham is a line-based alphabet representing our Roman letters, and this is a translation of the original 20 runes of Ogham. All the Ogham characters are lines based around a center line. The lines that go through the center line are the vowels, the ones that go above are H, D, T, C, Q, below B, L, F, S, N, and all the way through like the vowels but slanted are M, G, N, G, Z, and R. You can also see the Ogham translations painted onto the walls of the house. Even though these letters are the standard ones, there are many different versions of them, including the primitive Irish ones, which is why we see some variants when looking at Brian O'Doherty's own translation. In some of O'Doherty's Ogham writings, you notice there isn't actually a middle line, we just have to imagine that it's there. In others though, he creatively uses physical elements like the corners of walls to represent the middle line. Before Brian O'Doherty and La Casa Dipinta, Ogham was mostly found on Irish monuments and manuscripts dating from the 4th century to the 9th. Some scholars believe that Ogham was invented by early Christian communities in Ireland because they wanted a unique Irish alphabet for writing short messages and inscriptions. The other main and more interesting theory claims that Ogham was created as a cipher, a code designed by the Irish so they could speak without being understood by those who knew Latin. While this hasn't been confirmed, we've actually found manuscripts that document how to write Ogham in different and even secret ways so that others can't understand it. So even if it wasn't formed as a secret code, I'm still gonna think about it that way, because that's cooler in my opinion. There are about 400 surviving Ogham inscriptions left, most of which are stone monuments in southern Munster in Ireland. You can see here that Ogham was often written vertically to best accommodate the solid structure of the writing surface. Ogham was also added to Unicode in 1999, so you can type it on pretty much most normal browsers or word applications. Okay, so let's get back to the Ogham in the painted house. Brian actually chose to reduce Ogham to just 3 words. One, here, now. This was based off an artistic interpretation of presentness and connectedness. We are all wholly ourselves, physically here in the moment right now. So in the main archway of the house, you can see one here now written in English, and on the sides of the arches, one here now is also written in Italian, German, and Irish. Also, it's interesting to note here that because there's no standard character for W in Ogham, O'Doherty literally makes it a double U. 3 full lines is a U, and so he does 2 of those to make W. Throughout the house, the theme of one here now is recurring. In fact, one here now isn't just here, but it's physically embodied in paintings on the walls all throughout the house. This is one written in a creative square kind of way instead of in a linear way. If you imagine a line going through the middle, the first character is 2 straight lines, which is the letter O. The second one is 5 downwards, which is N, and the last one is 4 all the way through, which is E. On the next floor, we find something very similar. Imagine a line going through it, and the first one, the uptick, is an H. The next one, 4 all the way through, is E. The one after that, 5 slanted all the way through, is R, and then again, 4 all the way through is E. So 1 here, this last one is now, and again, imaginary line through the middle, 5 beneath is N, 2 through is O, 3 on either side is 2 U's, W, W. Brian O'Doherty reduced Ogham to one here now, but he also really focused on the vowels of Ogham. He found them really interesting and thematically cohesive with his artistic vision for the house. Just past the main archway, you can see 3 paintings that represent the vowels A through I. A with 1, O with 2, U 3, E 4, and I 5. On the sides of the arches, you can also see several paintings that are separated into 3 lines and 5 lines. U and I. You and I, again a symbol of the connectedness and one here now. Before this arch, there are also paintings that represent the 5-line Ogham character, I. You see this painting is eyes in a 5x5 row. And right next to that you have Dizionario di I, which in Italian is Dictionary of Eyes, and it's basically 5 characters represented in a multitude of different ways. Something else really cool I didn't realize at all till literally right now is that the paintings that you see before you walk through the arch are all about I. There's the 5x5 I, and then also the Dizionario di I, the Dictionary of Eyes, and it's just lots of I, lots of me. You go from being all about yourself to walking through this grand arch of connectedness to then being connected I and you, and then after that being connected to everyone, I and the other vowels. So you start with just yourself thinking, okay, I am one here now. And then you walk through the arch and you look to your left and right and see you and I are one here now. And you keep walking forward and see we are all one here now. Holy crap, I can't believe that just hit me now. That's probably Brian O'Doherty's actual intention with the piece, so well done, sir. And actually, having realized that, I think I now understand better why he put 1 on the first floor, here on the second, and now on the third. It wasn't just an artistic choice, it was meant to convey that everything in the house, every physical thing, every living thing, everything in the world is connected by the idea of 1 here now. Oh shoot, that's actually pretty cool. So the second floor has the Sudoku Ogham vowel painting and also the here in Ogham. The third and final floor of the house actually doesn't have any Ogham in it except for the now in 1 here now. The third floor is mostly filled with depictions of beautiful landscapes like sunsets or horizons and also perspective-based art. This is all pretty interesting as well, and if you want to read more about it, I've put a link in the description. Oh, something else I forgot to mention is that when Brian O'Doherty first bought this house and started painting it, he actually went by the pseudonym Patrick Ireland. Brian O'Doherty made art under the name Patrick Ireland as a form of protest for Bloody Sunday in 1972, when British soldiers shot 26 unarmed Irish civilians in a peaceful march. Patrick Ireland said that he would continue using that name until the British Army left Northern Ireland and all Irish citizens were granted their rights. That eventually happened, and then later in 2008, that event was commemorated with a memorial stone that said Patrick Ireland, 1972 to 2008, and then the words 1 here now written in Ogham. So yeah, I just find this all fascinating. It's a house with really rich and interesting history, and then the walls inside are painted. That alone is cool, but it's painted with an Irish alphabet, which no one really has known or cared about for a really long time. The walls of the house are painted with what I like to think is a secret code basically explaining how we're all, as you progress through it and understand it more, we all become more connected, which that's just a really cool message. And this house is just really unknown, so I hope you enjoyed learning about it as much as I did experiencing it. Thanks, and I'll see you later. I think most people know about this already, but something else I want to mention is that I have a second channel. It's called Everything Else. I've made it a long time ago. I just make extra videos there, and only 200 people are subscribed to it, so I feel like more people would be interested in it if they knew about it. So I'm telling you right now, and I'm going to keep telling you at the end of future videos, that I have a second channel. It's there if you want to check it out. Okay, cool. See ya.